Hello everyone and welcome back. This is the winners round 2 matchup between Hiro and BustRobot. Hiro chose the first map. It is Kansai Wood. I actually really like this map quite a bit, and we are looking from his vantage point. He is here in the blue as the Hojo. Hiro, that is. Looking at his army, kind of unique formation he's got going here with 5 Katana Samurai. He's got some Naginata monks in the back and on the side. Matchlock there as well. Great Guard were hidden in the trees. They've now come out, though, choosing to not hide that ambush. And over here we have some Yari Cavalry as well. Look over at BustRobot. He is over here as the Mori in red, and he is going for a fairly similar setup. He's got a nice little Katana Samurai Corps here with a couple Nodachis, though, and Naginata Samurai. His cavalry consists of some Great Guard, Katana Cavalry, some Yari Cavalry over there, and a Bow Cavalry as well. Actually, I did miss this. There's one Bow Cavalry over here for Hiro. And speaking of Bow Cavalry, his Bow Cavalry is moving in right now to start making some preemptive attacks against BustRobot's Bow Cavalry. And look at this, Yari Cavalry is going right in here. Maybe he was going to try and go after the infantry a little bit, maybe try and maneuver around to get the Bow Cavalry, but that Yari Cavalry is going to get stopped by a more experienced Yari Cavalry and probably taken out. More Great Guards not coming, so it looks like Hiro, interestingly, is just going for an immediate attack here at this cavalry, getting that early action in. I'm wondering why he's doing that. Definitely does not have the cavalry advantage. That's clearly in BustRobot's favor, so maybe he was trying to get a good charge off, maybe get a good engage and lower that cavalry advantage for BustRobot. Because if we look at the melee lines, it's actually very close here in terms of melee advantage. But it looks like the experience is definitely more in BustRobot's favor, as his line has about 3 chevrons per unit, while Hiro's is entirely fresh. But it looks like Hiro has some thoughts here of thinning that out, because this unit of Great Guards just taking a charge right into the Katana Samurai, killed 40 men in that charge, so getting a great charge off. The one Nodachi as well for BustRobot could really throw a wrench in Hiro's plans, but that's going to be pretty much it for Hiro's cavalry. He has the one Bow Cavalry that's still skirmishing, a Great Guard at half strength, and that's going to be it for his cavalry. Sorry about the little few glitches in the video stuff. I had to turn the camera back to the normal camera as it keeps resetting my options. So we're back in the normal standard camera, which I really prefer. But speaking of this battle, Hiro has a couple matchlocks. He has one here in the middle. He's got one way over on that side. So it'll be interesting to see how he uses that. But you know what? The cavalry advantage is still big in BustRobot's favor. Look at this, 7 cavalry units. If you include, where is his general at? Okay, there it is. So 6 units, not counting the general. But one of those is Bow Cavalry, so 5 melee cavalry units. And if we look at the spear component of Hiro's army, just these 3 Naginata warrior monks and Yari Ashigaru way on that side. Oh, one here in the middle as well. So he has 5 spear units to counter the 5 cavalry units of BustRobot. But will it be enough? Because if the numbers are even for the cavalry side, he can definitely out-micro. So it's going to be very hard. Now it is Hiro's, the onus is on him to attack. So we're going to see what BustRobot is trying to do here. Maybe just setting up a good position. He could definitely skirmish with this Bow Samurai. And if I were shooting into this line with the Bow Samurai, I think my target just might be the matchlocks this time, because without any melee cavalry, that's going to be all he's going to have for shock troops in order to turn the battle. If we look at the numbers here, 5 Katana Samurai for Hiro. It's going to be 4 here for BustRobot as well, though one of them is down to half strength. But 3 experienced chevrons across the Katana Samurai is going to really even that out, so it's hard to say who has the infantry advantage, especially if BustRobot gets a great charge off from the Nodachis. They're spread nice and thin here, so we could hit 2, maybe even 3 Katana units with a big charge, and so we'd have to see how that would turn out before we can say who has the infantry advantage. But one thing that can really decide an infantry advantage is a cavalry advantage, and that is something that BustRobot definitely has working in his favor. Hero's trying to move out a little bit here, moving his little matchlock action up here on the left flank, maybe going for the cavalry, but over here, way on the flank towards BustRobot's cavalry, maybe trying to get some early shots off with this Yari Ashigaru, who will be able to protect it pretty well. Look at the hills. Won't really have much of a shooting advantage to shoot over his Yari Ashigaru. They are in loose formation, probably just to absorb the bow shots better. But the Bow Cavalry for Hiro is going to be engaging as well. We'll see if these matchlocks can get anything resembling a good shot off. into the cavalry of BustRobot, who, by the way, is at 34 men, so the bow cavalry of Hiro have done an okay job there, but they've taken casualties themselves, as he is sitting at 36. Meanwhile, Yari cavalry are starting to flank over here for BustRobot. Maybe just trying to keep that matchlock moving, which is probably a good idea. If they're moving, they can't shoot. And so who knows how Hiro's going to be able to pull the infantry battle in his favor if he just doesn't have any shock troops to break that line of experienced troops that BustRobot has. But if we look at his general, maybe early on that Yari cavalry is going for the general, because if we look at BustRobot's general, he only has 19 men, so there is a realistic option of hitting the general and maybe killing him and routing BustRobot's more experienced infantry line. So we could be seeing that happening as well, especially the matchlocks. Few units are better equipped for general sniping than matchlocks if they have that clear line of fire. So I think Hiro has his work cut out for him in order to micro himself into a battle where he can shoot into the general of BustRobot. I think that's going to be his best chance of victory here. But we'll see what he decides to do. Yari Ashigaru are actually taking fewer casualties than you might expect, only having lost 9 men, but a nice fire attack volley, maybe a waste of a fire volley. I'd actually be running them out of there instead of worrying about a fire attack, because this bow cavalry is going to smash right into the bow samurai. Nice little charge from them, kills about 20 men. Now pulling back maybe to try it again. Yari Ashigaru just sort of being a threat here to the cavalry, because this matchlock's being quite a good threat as well. So can't really do anything with this cavalry from this angle. I'd be moving my cavalry over to this side of Hiro's force, where he has almost no spear coverage, at least not any that's in a good position to move in and stop any cavalry action. So it looks like Hiro is going to be moving in to make his attack here. The Yari Ashigaru were going first, which, interesting strategy. With all that cavalry left for BustRobot, he really needs to be careful and use those spears in an anti-cavalry roll, because otherwise he's going to get punished here, especially if this is a big downhill charge from BustRobot. A katana cavalry is going to be so deadly in this complete line of spears, especially on a downhill charge, and that's going to be a really nice charge here from BustRobot. Well, didn't work out quite as well as maybe thought it'd be. Killed about 20 men, but now they're going to be in the thick of the action, just be able to cut down these katana samurai. Though BustRobot, to make most use of that, is going to need to move out and really support that. The Yari Ashigaru just plow right through the bow samurai and keep on moving. The matchlock samurai actually have a few gaps to shoot through here on that side of the katana samurai, or nodachis, excuse me. They're going to try to use the bonsai and rush in, and they do manage to rout the Yari Ashigaru, but it's going to block their charge just enough where it doesn't look like they're going to get a good charge off at all, which could neutralize that Nodachi unit. But some of them are still running and are going to make it in to this line of matchlock samurai. Matchlock samurai are sitting at 79 men, is still in good shape here. And it looks like actually Hiro's done quite well in the early battles, put himself in a good position to win. This Yari Ashigaru, or Naginata Warrior Monks, has managed to come up and just tie down this whole chunk right here. And if Hiro can swallow up these small sections of BustRobot's line, he could definitely pull this one out. Hiro's done a really nice job of microing here. Some more cavalry coming from the rear, but not going to get a great charge off as they didn't get too much speed going before they charged. And actually not going to take very many casualties from that. This Katana Samurai could potentially pull off a win in the Great Guard here, especially because Naginata Monks are coming to support him. Matchlocks are still shooting into their own men, it seems, as well, but just going to be enough to rout the Nodachis is all he needed to do. Bows and the bow cavalry are helping out as well, and it looks like Hiro did a very good job here of this engagement, and is able to just take out those little chunks that he divided BustRobot's line into, and just take them out. Very well done, but a Great Guard is coming here at the general, sitting at 30 men. I don't think he's going to have enough time to kill the general, especially if Naginata Monks are moving in. Killed 7 men in that charge, but it looks like he's going to be able to clean it up. And the cavalry has been routed here on the hill for BustRobot, so now Hiro's in a position to win this, which he was looking at have a very precarious situation here at the beginning, but it looks like he's going to pull it out. If this chunk gets swallowed up, all that he'll have left are these 2 Naginata Samurai who are under matchlock fire through the thin ranks of this Naginata Monk. It looks like they're going to get routed. Stand a fight coming maybe a little too late, and Hiro's going to pull that one out very handily. Executed, very well done, I gotta say. There it is. Battle is officially over as all the units are broken. See you back on the main menu. Well, what a great match we saw there from Hiro. I definitely had my doubts going into that engagement, as it just didn't seem like he had enough to win an outright melee battle. But I guess what he was thinking was, maybe I don't have enough to win an outright melee battle, but maybe I can sort of finagle it and make a bunch of little melee battles where I can win those individually and use my superior numbers to pull out a victory, and that's exactly what he did. Sending that Yari Ashigaru forward to scare off the Bow Samurai did more than throw a missile unit off the field. It sort of forced BustRobot to react, and it made him a little jumpy maybe, and he sent his army out in little segments to, you know, counter the one Yari Ashigaru, and then Hiro would respond a little bit, and he just was able to pull him out of position just enough where his numbers could get around and pull out that victory. And BustRobot was probably a little too jumpy there with his cavalry, sending him in a little too early. If he had waited until the little chunks had been fully engaged, he could have probably, in fact, rather easily, I think, had the cavalry pull out that battle, as half of his spears were already committed and in some cases routed. So very well done there by Hiro to come from a very precarious situation and use that good micro, and just a sound strategy to win. So I always love seeing victories like that. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you in the next match.